And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dwayne Swanson Field on the campus of Bishop Verot Catholic High School, as it's the biggest rivalry in Southwest Florida, Bishop Verot and Fort Myers, and it gets underway with Cade Middleton tossing a strike with the count 0-1. No balls, one strike. Middleton working quickly and is 0-1 in the zone again, and Middleton gets ahead of Wademan. No balls and two strikes. Middleton coming off a complete game, one hitter his last time out, as he kicks and deals a chopper on the right side of the infield, backhanded by Evan Ames. His throw to Middleton at first, in time to get Wademan, and there's one gone here in inning number 1. Middleton goes one up, one down, as Jake Griffith will step in for Fort Myers. A green wave in their home whites today, the off-whites, is that one lifted high and deep to center field, but Evan McKenna has a beat on it as the senior center fielder tracks it down, and there's two gone here in inning number 1, as that'll bring up Wes Wiles. The Vikings and the Green Wave scoreless here in the top of inning number 1. Middleton is gone, 2 up, 2 down to start the game, as his first pitch to the 3-hole hitter is a soft dribbler foul. Count begins 0-1 against Wes Wiles. No balls, one strike. Middleton's 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And Cade Middleton, looking for the quick 1-2-3 inning, has gotten ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 0-2 the count, the 0-2 from Cade Middleton. A bouncer off the glove of Middleton, charging his blitz. Blitz's throw to first is not going to be in time. Score that an infield single as a reflex play from Cade Middleton. And then Blitz got it out of his glove as soon as he can, as that'll bring up the cleanup hitter. So that brings up Dalen Salters, as Middleton couldn't quite get the glove on that one, but too much of a reflex play to call that one an error on the senior right-hander. His first pitch bounces in the dirt. It'll get away from Powell, but going nowhere is the runner in Wes Wiles. So the count will just start 1 ball, no strikes on Salters. Salters will lift one towards the shortstop. Zach Thomas is there, and the inning is over. A 2-out single, but that's it as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Fort Myers nothing. Verot coming up. Zach Thomas leads things off for Verot in the bottom of inning number 1 from Dwayne Swanson Field here on the campus of Bishop Verot Catholic High School, as he will face Andrew Daly, whose first pitch comes high and tight to the sophomore, and the count begins 1-0 on Zach Thomas. Notable for the Vikings today, the return to the lineup of the senior College of Central Florida commit Matt Cedarberg. Back in the lineup after injury, as that one in the zone for a strike, count even at 1-1. The lineup for Coach Austin Flores, the Vikings, looks like this. Zach Thomas leads off, Daniel Blitz second, Matt Cedarberg third, Evan Ames fourth, Matt Powell fifth, Cam Hoynes, Carson Smith, Evan McKenna, Matt Bevins is the 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it runs the count to 1-2 on Zach Thomas as Daly, high and in with the first pitch, has pumped it into the zone about last two. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Daly winds into the motion. The 1-2 pitch to Thomas bounces in for a ball. A longer first at-bat between Daly and Thomas has the count at 2-2. Scoreless, bottom of the first inning in Fort Myers, as the 2-2 pitch from Andrew Daly is sent the other way down the right field line from Zach Thomas. That will fall foul. Thomas can't quite get it to hook inside the foul line, and will do another 2-2 pitch from Daly to Thomas. Verot coming in with a 4-7 record, as the pitch to Thomas in there, strike 3, and Zach Thomas set down on strikes, as that will bring up Daniel Blitz. Daniel Blitz steps in for the Vikings from the right side against Daly, whose first pitch to Blitz misses upstairs for a ball, and the count begins at 1-0. Vikings 4-7, but 3-1 in district play. A sweep of Imagine School and a split home-and-home with Cardinal Mooney, as Blitz will bounce one towards the shortstop. It'll get away from the shortstop, and Daniel Blitz turns around first. He'll stay there. The Vikings have a runner on, as that'll bring up Matt Cedarberg. Matt Cedarberg playing for the first time in the regular season. He played in the first preseason game of the year, as he's been anxious to get back in, as he skies the first pitch he sees to right field. Griffith is there to make the play, and there's 2 gone in the frame, as that will bring up the freshman in Evan Ames. So Evan Ames will hit with 2 outs for the Vikings. Blitz stands on first against Andrew Daly, whose 10th pitch of the inning bounces in for a ball, and the count begins 1-0. Ames has been Verot's best hitter this year, hitting .394 on the season. Leads the team in that category among eligible hitters. Leads the team in hits with 13. Leads the team in RBIs with 11 for a freshman. And he will lift that one into left center field, but tracking it down and making the play are the Green Wave, as the first inning will come to its conclusion as Wiles brings it in. We go to the second, tied it at 0. Max Fleming leads things off for Fort Myers in the top half of inning number 2 here at Dwayne Swanson Field in Fort Myers on a beautiful early spring afternoon into an evening here at Dwayne Swanson Field, as Cade Middleton gave up a hit in the first inning, but no damage as the first pitch of the frame fouled off here in the second, as the count will begin 0-1. Both pitchers worked efficiently in the first inning. Only 9 pitches for Middleton, only 10 or 11 on the other side for Daly, as that one lifted through the left side, a base hit, and Fort Myers has the first legitimate hit for either team that left the infield. A single into left field brings up the pitcher, Andrew Daly. A runner on for Fort Myers, and they'll bring in a pinch runner as well. A courtesy runner, that is, for the catcher, as Middleton's first pitch low and inside for a ball, 1-0. A courtesy runner for the Green Wave is number 8, Drew Gordon, the senior. No active stats for Fort Myers. We'll go with Middleton's 1-0. That one popped up down the right side. It'll get out of play, and they count 1 ball and 1 strikes on Andrew Daly as pitcher versus pitcher here in the top of the second inning, with the game scoreless. Middleton kicks and fires. That one a little bit upstairs for a ball, and the count 2-1. Coming into the night, Cade Middleton 3-1 with a 0.98 ERA. He's pitched 28 2/3 innings, allowed 4 earned runs on 18 hits, 48 strikeouts, 10 walks. His 2-1 pitch is a high pop fly into shallow right. 2 Vikings converging on it, and in foul ground, it's Daniel Blitz who comes up with it. Nice athletic play from Blitz to pick up out number 1. Justin Warren steps in, 1 gone here in inning number 2. Gordon, the runner, as that one almost, I think, went behind the first baseman. Count starts 1 ball, no strikes. Green Wave come in 6-6, but the reverse of the Vikings 1-3 in their district, as that one fouled back to the screen. Fort Myers at a disadvantage, or advantage, depending on how you want to look at it, to the Vikings, and the fact that Verot has been off for nearly a week. Fort Myers is playing their second game in 3 nights. They lost at Island Coast on Monday night 4-3, a late rally giving the Gators the win in that one. Middleton's 1-1 delivery goes all the way past Matt Powell. It's a wild pitch. That'll send Gordon into scoring position for the Green Wave, and the count on Warren, 2 balls and a strike. The Green Wave have been up and down, as a 6-6 record may indicate. Even look at their last 6 games, 2 straight losses to Venice and Northport, then 2 straight wins over Lehigh and Charlotte, and then back-to-back losses to Tavares and Island Coast. One that's been constant for the Green Wave, each of their last 5 games decided by either 1 run or in extra innings. They've played close game after close game this season. As a chopper back up the middle will be gloved at short. Fake tag applied by Thomas. Now off the bag and safe at first. The throw from Zach Thomas pulled Evan Ames off the bag. Score that in E6. And it'll put a runner on first and second, as that'll bring up Jake O'Connell. Good thing for the Vikings, Gordon went nowhere because Thomas was right there with the ball. If he had gone anywhere, that's where Zach would have went with the ball. First and second, as Middleton pumps one into the zone for a strike, and the count begins 0-1. Fort Myers 6 wins this year over South, Sarasota, Lemon Bay, LaBelle, Lehigh, and Charlotte. As the 0-1 pitch from Cade Middleton is a slow tapper foul down the first base side, and the count runs to 0-2. Losses to Island Coast, to Verot, Northport, Venice, Charlotte, and Out of Door Academy from Sarasota. Middleton trying to get out of some trouble here in inning number 2 for Verot. First and second with 1 out in the frame. Middle infield pinching the bags. They would look to turn 2. They're playing back at the corners for the Vikings as now Cedarburg will creep in. Bouncing ball again, foul down the first base side. Count remains 0-2 on Jake O'Connell. The DH Lyra in the on-deck circle for the Fort Myers Green Wave in this rivalry contest between the two schools. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. Big punch out for Cade Middleton as he gets O'Connell swinging. There's 2 gone here in the second, and a big time at bat coming for Ben Lyra. Middleton will come set at the letters on his jersey, trying to keep runs off the board. A chopper down the third base line is foul, and the count begins 0-1. This rivalry over the past decade or so has favored Verot. The Vikings have won 2 in a row in this series, dating back to 2016 as Middleton kicks and fires. Pitch in there, snap throw back to first, will not be in time. Vikings 3-1 winners at Fort Myers last year. Game that the former Viking Levi Kelly picked up the win in. Verot also winners back in 2016, 5-4. So they played a lot of close games. Slow roller down the first base line. And they're going to say it hit Lyra. Now they're going to put Lyra on. Are they going to say perhaps catcher's interference is the call on Powell? And the bases are going to be loaded with 2 outs for the leadoff hitter, Cameron Wademan. We're going to assume catcher's interference on that one. The last Fort Myers win in the series, 4-3 back in 2015. We played a 2-run game, a 1-run game, and a 1-run game in the last 3 years. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. And the count starts 1-0 to Wademan. Fort Myers' last win in the series here at Bishop Verot. As that pitch in there for a strike. Has not happened in over a decade. Fort Myers 4 wins, all at home, and a couple at a neutral site as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wademan as he'll step out. Probably after the game we'll get an official word on what that was, I believe. The only I can think of is catcher's interference on Powell. That one just misses the zone, and the count is 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, the 2-1 is a bouncer down the third base that is going to hop over Cedarburg's head. A runner will come to the plate, throw from left field, cut off, and it's a 2-run single for Cameron Wademan. Took a mighty hop on Cedarburg at third, throw not enough, and Fort Myers leads it early, 2-0. Middleton gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Both of those runs unearned because of the earlier error. That one fouled off. And the count 0-2 as Fort Myers now leads Verot 2-0 here in the second inning. Verot going to have to play from behind tonight, which Middleton has not done in his last couple of starts. The 0-2 from Cade Middleton, high outside for a ball, and the count 1-2. A 25-pitch inning for Middleton. He only threw 70-some a week ago in the victory over Mariner. One ball, 2 strikes the count, the 1-2 pitch. A check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. And the inning is over. But 2 runs come across for the Green Wave as we go to the bottom of the second. Fort Myers leads Verot 2-0. Five, 6, and 7 for Verot in the bottom of the second inning. The Vikings will work from behind 2-0 as the Florida commit Matt Powell takes a swing and a miss to start the count against Andrew Daly. Down, no balls, and a strike. Wademan will rock into the motion, or I should say Daly will rock into the motion. His pitch misses low and outside for a ball, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike against Powell, who is a 300 hitter thus far on the season, but has done an excellent job getting on base for the Vikings. Has a team-high 500 on-base percentage as he fouls that one off, and the count is 1-2. Powell gets on base, has drawn 8 walks, been plunked by 4 pitches, 12 free passes this year for Matt Powell. One ball, 2 strikes as Daly will rock and fire the 1-2. In there, strike 3 on the outside corner. And there's 1 gone in the frame for Cam Hoynes. Cam Hoynes has had a solid senior year for the Vikings as he digs in from the left side. Takes the first pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Hoynes, a .360 hitter for Verot. Second on the team behind only Evan Ames. Second on the team as well, 10 RBIs. He bounces one foul towards the first base coach's box, and the count is 1-1. You look across these statistical categories for the Vikings. Runs scored, Blitz, Ames, and McKenna all with 8. Hits, Ames with 13. RBIs, Ames with 11. On base, we said Powell. Slugging is Cam Hoynes at 520 as he fouls that one off to run the count 1-2. Hoynes has 5 points on Evan Ames, a lot of that due to the sole home run hit this year by the Vikings. Came off the bat of Cam Hoynes right here in the confines of Dwayne Swanson Field. Hoynes also leading the way in the OPS category at 961. Solid season for Cam Hoynes. He faces the 1-2. He checked his swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Hoynes able to hold up on his swing, and the count is 2-2. Hoynes from the left sand batter's box, the 2-2 outside, ball 3, as the count has filled up on Cam Hoynes, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Carson Smith to follow for the Vikings, one way or the other. With Hoynes on or with him off. He's able to just tap that one foul and keep the at-bat alive, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 Viking miscues put 2 runs across for Fort Myers in inning number 2. An error earlier in the inning as well as a catcher's interference helped Fort Myers take a 2-0 lead as Hoynes trying to help the Vikings cut into that lead. The 3-2 might have been ball 4, but fouling it off is Hoynes, and the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Both stands pretty close to packed here at Swanson Field. Mostly students, the parents mostly sitting on ground level. So we'll have another 3-2 pitch from Daly to Hoynes, righty versus lefty, as Daly will step off. Hoynes from the left side, Daly the right-hander rocks into the motion, his 3-2 pitch. Hoynes will line it into center field, but standing right there to make the catch of the green wave, and there's 2 gone in the frame for Carson Smith. Smith, a 179 hitter thus far this year, has plenty of pop in his bat as the first pitch taken up and away for a ball 1-0. Has one of Verot's 4 triples this year as one of his 5 hits. First 11 games of the year, only 6 Vikings have appeared in every game. That one bounces in low and outside. McKenna, Ames, Blitz, Archambault, Powell, and Hoynes. Sam Archambault has appeared in every game as a pinch runner, as a courtesy runner for Bishop Verot. Ball 3 delivered to Carson Smith. 3 balls, no strikes. McKenna in center, Ames at first, Blitz at second, Powell catching, and Hoynes in right, as it has been the majority of the season with a couple minor tweaks here and there. Rocking into the motion is Daly. Smith gets the take sign and does so. Takes ball 4 low and outside, as that'll bring up Evan McKenna with a runner on first and 2 gone in the second inning. Evan McKenna steps in for the Vikings. A 241 average after a really nice junior season as Smith will dive back in safely at first. McKenna does have 8 runs scored for Verot. It's another guy that gets on base at a decent clip. He actually leads the Vikings, having drawn 9 walks this year, as he fouls that one off 0-1. Similar to the way Fort Myers did it to Middleton, Verot making Daly throw a couple more pitches here in the second inning. He threw 11 in the first. He'll throw at the minimum 18 unless Smith gets himself picked off. No balls, 1 strike the count. Daly comes set. Smith off of first. 0-1 breaking ball, low and outside, and the count is 1-1. That seems to be thus far where Daly is missing when he's not had control of the breaking ball. It's going into that left-hand batter's box and in the dirt. He's had good control of his stuff otherwise, though, as the count 1 ball, 1 strike. On McKenna, the 1-1. Paints the outside corner. That's where he wanted it. And the count is 1-2. Pick-off throw to first, not in time. One ball, 2 strikes to McKenna, the 1-2 pitch. He's able to foul it off down the right field side. And will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes on Evan McKenna as Daly over 20 pitches in this inning. Turnabout's fair play as Verot making Daly throw more pitches just like Middleton had to. Daly a little more self-inflicted. Middleton had to deal with 2 Viking miscues. 1 ball, 2 strikes, still the count. The 1-2 to McKenna. Floats high for a ball, and deuces are wild to the senior McKenna. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch, high again, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Here against Evan McKenna from Daly. Smith will be moving with the pitch. The Vikings are going to be gone from Verot for a little over a week as they, for spring break, for Easter break, will head up to Orlando for the Catholic Challenge. Games against Fort Lauderdale Cardinal Gibbons, Baltimore Maryland's Calvert Hall, and Miami Bellin Jesuit on the docket, as well as a finale game on the 6th. The Vikings will finally return April the 10th when they take on the Oasis Sharks as the first of 4 straight district games to round out the district schedule. 3-2 pitch to McKenna. He lines it into right center field, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Carson Smith will dig around second. Throw to third is a good one, and Carson Smith is out at third. A great throw from Griffith in right, and the Vikings will have to settle for just the 1 hit. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Still 2-0 Fort Myers. Wes Wiles will lead things off for Fort Myers, top half of inning number 3. Middleton thrown 35 pitches in the first 2 innings, a little more than he would have wanted to. Trying to get a quick 3rd inning here. First pitch runs low for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Middleton. Below the knees again, and the count quickly 2-0 on Wes Wiles. After the Catholic Challenge, Verot schedule 4 district games in a row, Oasis and Gateway Charter, in the span of 9 days from the 10th to the 18th, as that one misses upstairs for a ball 3-0. Then the schedule finishes 2 games at home against Gulf Coast and Seacrest Country Day, and 2 games out of the area on the road at Miami, Florida Christian and Lakeland George Jenkins. 4-pitch walk administered to Wiles, as that'll bring up Dalen Salters. Salters put down his first time up on a pop-out, ended the first inning by looping one over to Zach Thomas. As really safe for the 2-run single, Fort Myers hasn't done much of their own damage. It's been self-inflicted by the Vikings one way or the other. As that pickoff over to first, not in time. At top of the second inning was a single from Fleming, a pop out, but then a wild pitch, an error that put runners on first and second, a catcher's interference that loaded the bases, and then the 2-run single as Middleton's next pitch sprayed foul down the right side, up and out of play, the count 0-1. Off of first base is Wiles, and a pickoff throw to first high, but gloved by Evan Ames. Top of the third inning, Fort Myers leads Verot 2-0. Verot in the camo caps, gold jerseys, white pants as Middleton kicks and fires, catches the inside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-2. Middleton with 2 strikeouts already, make it 3. Cade Middleton strikes out Dalen Salters. And there's one gone here in inning number 3 for Max Fleming. Middleton has retired 7, 3 of them on strikeouts, to run his total above 50 on the season. 51 strikeouts this year, as that one in the zone for a strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base. Matt Powell says, "See ya!" as Powell throws out the runner. And there's 2 gone in the frame, as thrown out is Wiles. Wiles thrown out as Middleton rocks into the motion. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cade Middleton strikes out back-to-back hitters, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Verot trails it 2-0. first pitch of the inning. It is going to be bobbled by the second baseman and through into right field. Bevins aboard on the air. As that will bring up the top of the order. And Zach Thomas. Runner on first, and Thomas will show bunt, pull it back. It's ball one. One ball, no strikes, the count on Thomas as Bevins gets his lead off of first. Vikings trying to answer here in the bottom of the third inning. Thomas puts a great bunt down the first base line. Pitcher will get it, throw to first is in time. The Vikings have a runner into scoring position for Daniel Blitz. Second baseman number 11, Daniel Blitz. Runner on second, one out for Blitz as that pitch low outside for a ball. Count begins 1-0 on Blitz. Blitz, one of the more, I want to say pleasant surprise. It mitigates his talent, but a guy that you weren't thinking about a lot at the beginning of the year, but he's been very good for the Vikings, hitting .324 as a sophomore. Pitch upstairs for a ball. It's 2-0. Regardless of how good a player is when he plays on the JV level, you always are interested to see how they acclimate, and really this group, especially of freshmen and sophomores and juniors too, have done a good job for the Vikings as that pitch low and outside for a ball 3-0, as that will yield a mound visit. But Blitz, a guy in his first varsity baseball, hitting .324. And you look at guys like Evan Ames playing his first varsity baseball, hitting .394. The youth doing an excellent job this year, and we mentioned for Verot, of the guys hitting above 300 coming into this game, Cam Hoynes is the only senior. As the count, 3 balls and a strike on Blitz. Ames a freshman, Thomas a sophomore, Blitz a sophomore, Blager a junior, Powell a junior. Swing and a miss that time from Blitz, and the count has filled 3 balls and 2 strikes. Vikings have been led on the mound by a senior in Cade Middleton. Gave up 2 unearned runs, the only runs of the day. Blitz will shoot one into center field, but shallow. Coming on to make the play is Wiles, and there's 2 away. And if the Vikings are going to get anything, it's going to have to be Matt Cederberg. The third base number 2, Matt Cederberg. Cederberg 0 for 1 on the game and the season as he's making his return tonight from injury. A big boost to the Vikings lineup as that one bounces in for a ball 1-0. Both in his ability to play third and his ability to hit the ball, giving the Vikings a boost in that regard. At some point in the season, the Vikings have been without both Matt Cederberg and Zach Thomas. Their entire left side of the infield. Welcome back Cederberg on a base hit into right field. They will send the runner to the plate. Another strong throw from right, and again, he is safe at the plate. Matt Bevins beats it out. The Green Wave can't believe it, but Bevins just gets in under the tag, and the Vikings are within a run on an RBI single from Cedar. A Cedar single, and the Vikings are within a run, 2-1.
2 to 1. 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 2 to 1
So Evan Ames will step up, a chance to tie the game if he can find a gap with Cedarburg on first. His second at-bat back, Matt Cedarburg has an RBI single as a breaking ball in the zone for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 on Evan Ames. Greenway thought they had shot another runner to end the inning, but Bevins just gets in under the tag. It's 2-1. Pitch outside for a ball, count 1-1. The ball beat Bevins to the plate, but he's just able to get his fingertips on the edge of the plate before the tag was applied. A nice slide from Bevins. Ames will take a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 1-2. The 1-2 to Ames, and he's able to tap one off his foot and foul down the third base line. Rolls to a stop halfway, or maybe 3/5 of the way between the plate and the third base bag. Next pitch will be pitch 50 for Andrew Daly in inning number 3. Verot has gotten one back. Green Wave lead it 2-1. Ames trying to come up with a big hit here for the Vikings. Can't, as that one aimed outside, hit outside. Ball 2, deuces wild to Ames. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The junior Powell stands in the on-deck circle, awaiting his opportunity. Hoping Ames gives it to him in the third. Ames pops one up as that one's sky high and into shallow left. Salters will camp underneath it and make the play. The Vikings get one back on an RBI single from Cedarburg. We go to the 4th inning. Verot trails it 2-1. Andrew Daly will bounce the first one towards Cedarburg. Cedarburg takes it on a tough hop, throw to first base in time. Nice defensive play from Cedarburg, and there's one gone here in the frame. That'll bring up Justin Warren. Warren will step in from the right side as one pitch, one out. Exactly what you want to see if you're Middleton. He kicks and deals and catches the bottom part of the zone for a strike. No balls, 1 strike from Cade Middleton. His 0-1 delivery. Big swing and a miss, and he's ahead 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Middleton looked upstairs trying to get a chase, couldn't get it. As the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Cade Middleton gets the strikeout, as that'll bring up Jake O'Connell. Jake O'Connell, the third baseman, 0 for 1 today as he takes a pitch inside from Middleton, ball 1. Cade looking for a quick inning number 4. See if he can keep the momentum in the column of the Vikings as the 1-0 pitch is low for a ball. And Middleton slowing down a little bit here as the count is 2-0. The 2-0 pitch up and away for a ball. And O'Connell, the 8-hole hitter, has gotten way out ahead. 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 pitch from Cade Middleton. That one low, ball 4, and O'Connell draws a 4-pitch walk. There's a runner on first, 2 outs for the DH in Ben Lira. Runner on first, 2 outs as Middleton's first pitch is going to be popped up in the infield. Middleton backpedals, he's under it, makes the play, and the inning is over. A 10-pitch inning from Cade Middleton. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Fort Myers. So the Vikings will turn to Matt Powell in the bottom of the 4th inning to try to get the offense started. Powell will lead things off against Daly, whose first pitch, low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Daly's been sort of effectively wild against the Vikings thus far, as that count runs to 2-0. 29 strikes, 24 balls for Daly. Middleton's 37 strikes, 18 balls. Low and outside, ball 3. Powell is ahead, 3 balls, no strikes. Vikings trail Fort Myers 2-1. Bottom of the 4th inning from Dwayne Swanson Field is into the motion in the 3-0 pitch. High and tight, ball 4. Matt Powell draws his 9th walk of the season, and the Vikings have a runner on first with nobody out for Cam Hoynes. Sam Archambault running for the Vikings. Cam Hoynes, pickoff throw to first, not in time. Archambault just back in safely. A senior-heavy back half of the lineup. Hoynes, Smith, McKenna. Evans as well in the 9-hole. Big swing and a miss. Starts the count 0-1. Good speed on first in the athletic Archambault. Don't think the Vikings are going to test it. They need the back half of the lineup to come up with something as a pickoff throw. Much less of a scare that time for Verot. Another pickoff throw to first, not in time. Hoynes on the 0-1 will show bunt. He will miss. And the count is 0-2. Now likely going to see Hoynes take the bat off his shoulder, try to put one in play, and get Archambault over. Swing and a miss, then a miss sack bunt. Has the count 0-2 with Archambault off of first. The 0-2 pitch is a bouncing ball towards second. The throw to second is in time. It'll be a 4-6 fielder's choice. Hoynes and Archambault switch places, as that'll bring up Carson Smith. So Hoynes now on first instead of Archambault as Carson Smith comes to the plate. He walked his first time up as he fouls that one off, and the count will begin at 0-1. Fort Myers leads 2-1 over Verot. Bottom of the fourth inning from Dwayne Swanson Field. 2 unearned runs in inning number 2 for Fort Myers. Verot rallied with a run of their own in the third. From the stretch, the 0-1 swung on and missed, and the count on Carson Smith is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the runner will take off. Great jump from Hoynes, and then the ball is almost sailed into center. It is sailed, but didn't go far enough. Fantastic jump from Cam Hoynes. He was almost at the bag before the ball was even delivered. A steal for Hoynes, and the Vikings have a runner in scoring position. Smith and McKenna will be charged with getting him in. Almost too early there from Hoynes, but timed it perfectly to give himself an easy stolen base. Smith with a chance for a game-tying RBI here in the fourth. Big space if Smith can go the other way into right center field as Daly will step off the rubber. The 1-2, low and outside for a ball, and the count is 2-2 on Carson Smith, the senior. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to Carson Smith. Pickoff throw back to second. Safe at second is Cam Hoynes. The 2-2. Bouncing ball foul down the first base line, and we'll do another 2-2 pitch. The 2-2. A high pop-up back behind home plate. Looks to be room for the catcher, and he will make the catch. Hoynes bluffs off of second, but goes nowhere. And there's 2 gone in the frame, and the final hope for the Vikings is Evan McKenna. So Evan McKenna will lead off his at-bat as Daly puts one up and away for a ball, 1-0. Tying run on second for the Vikings with 2 outs in the 4th. McKenna looking for a massive base hit that could tie this game at 2. That one in there on the outside corner, and the count evens at 1. Near capacity crowd on hand tonight. Not an overflow crowd like you'd see in a playoff game, but both sets of bleachers are filled, and they're all the way down to the dugouts on both sides on ground level. As McKenna's going to tie the game. He sends one into left center field. A base hit for Evan McKenna. In to score is Archambault. We're tied at 2. Cam Hoynes comes in to score for the Vikings, and we are tied at 2 on an RBI single for Evan McKenna. Game tied at 2 on the McKenna RBI single as a first pitch to Matt Bevins in there on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Big RBI for the senior Evan McKenna. Now the go-ahead run on first. Pickoff throw at that runner is not in time. No balls, 1 strike is the count. McKenna gets his lead off of first. The 0-1 to Matt Bevins upstairs for a ball. It's 1-1, and now something worth watching. Daly with this pitch, that'll be 70 for the Fort Myers starter. How much longer can or will he go? Fouled off by Bevins, and the count is 1-2. Tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. McKenna on first, and a 1-2 count coming to Bevins. Top of the order, and Zach Thomas next. Bevins runs into one, but it will go foul. It was out of here, but he pulled it just a touch foul. Matt Bevins nearly blew the roof off this joint if it had one, if he had kept that one fair. There's 2 moments that I can recall in the loudest this place has ever been. One, you go back to 2011 when Hudson Boyd hit a first-inning grand slam in the regional final as a pickoff throw not in time. Send Verot back to the Final Four. Really kind of cemented. It was 1-0, and big Hudson Boyd gets up and just bashes one about 400-some feet. Set the place on fire. It was 5-0, and Verot would roll as that one fouled off. And the other one, you go back to the 2015 season and the classic, both these games against Tampa Catholic, the classic pitcher's duel with Thaddeus Ward on the mound, where a fly ball hit to center field, dropped by the Tampa Catholic center fielder, allowed the only run of the game to cross in a regional final win, 1-0. Runner will take off. Bevins will foul it off. Those are probably the 2 loudest moments in this ballpark's history, at least in the last decade or so, decade to 15 years. Those two regional finals, the Hudson Boyd homer and that dropped pop fly in center field, both of which were pivotal moments in sending Verot to a Final Four. Able to foul it off again. A great at-bat here from Matt Bevins. Can one of these Vikings come up with a defining moment tonight in a 2-2 game with the Green Wave? It's worth noting this is a Fort Myers team that's been in close game after close game. The Vikings are 0-3 in games decided by 2 runs or less. Losses to Charlotte, Jesuit, and Mooney. The 1-2 to Bevins. High and tight for a ball, 2-2. Daly up at 75 pitches. McKenna runs well, so if Bevins can charge another one into a gap, McKenna could score and give the Vikings the lead going to the 5th. For now, Verot pleased to have the game tied. Bevins will hit a sky-high pop-up into the deep, dark Fort Myers night. Shortstop back, makes the catch, and the inning is over. But the Vikings get one back on the RBI from McKenna. We go to the 5th, tied at 2. Cameron Wademan leads things off for Fort Myers in the top of inning number 5 as Cade Middleton now gets to work in a tie ball game as the first pitch misses high and tight for ball 1. Middleton trying to keep the Vikings level here in the 5th inning against the top of the Fort Myers order as time is called. That one high and tight again as Middleton's missed on back-to-back pitches. The count is 2-0. Through 4 innings, the line on Cade Middleton. 4 innings, 2 runs, both unearned on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. For Daly, 4 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned. Is that one high for ball 3, 3-0. Also 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Middleton trying to find the zone here against Wademan as the count is 3-0 in the bottom of inning number 5. Middleton's 3-0 delivery right down Broadway for a strike, and the count is 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, the 3-1. High and tight ball 4, and the go-ahead run is aboard for Fort Myers in the person of Cameron Wademan, as that'll bring up the right fielder, Jake Griffith. Righty versus lefty as Wademan gets a lead off of first against Middleton, whose first pitch starts outside, misses outside for ball one. Count begins 1-0 on Jake Griffith. One ball, no strikes, pick-off throw to first, not in time to get Wademan. One ball, no strikes, the count on the 2-hole hitter Griffith. Time is called. Outside again, 2-0 is Middleton trying to find the zone here in the fifth inning. Middleton finds the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Two balls, one strike to Griffith. Middleton's 2-1 pitch, low and inside, ball three. It's 3 balls and a strike on Jake Griffith. Middleton trying to avoid putting the first 2 runners on base on a walk. You wonder if he does, if he'll get a bunt to put runners on second and third. We're going to find out. Back-to-back walks have put Wademan and Griffith aboard, as that'll bring up Wes Wiles. So after the mound meeting, the Vikings trying to find a way out of trouble. First and second, nobody out. We'll see if Wiles, as the 3-hole hitter, would lay down a bunt here and try to set up a 2 men in scoring position for Fort Myers. He does just that, but he does the one thing you can't do. Pops it up, and Powell brings it in. All you have to do is get it down there, and the Vikings pitch to it, got a pop-up. Huge break for Verot, as now instead of second and third, 1 out, first and second, 1 out. Still a good spot for Fort Myers, though, as Middleton kicks and fires. That one catches the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch bounces in for a ball, and the count evens aces wild. A ball, a strike, and an out. One ball, one strike, one out, 2 on for Fort Myers. Middleton's 1-1 pitch in there on the inside corner for a strike, and the count moves to 1-2. Trying to get a huge second out is Cade Middleton. The 1-2, a check swing goes foul, and it's still a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes the count from Cade Middleton. Trying to get Verot out number 2 against the 3 and 4 hitters. A bouncing ball right to the shortstop. Bobbled by Zach Thomas. Throw to first, not going to be in time and won't come. It's an E6 on the Vikings, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. So now bases loaded, 1 out for Fort Myers, and the Vikings trying to find a way out of trouble. Ames in, Cedarburg in at the corners, middle infield is in double play depth up the middle. 71 pitches for Cade Middleton thus far today. You're going to get him through 5, and then you'll see. The pitch from Middleton bounces in. Great block from Powell. And the count is 1-0, but there's no place to put Fleming. One ball, no strikes is the count on the 5-hole hitter Fleming. The 1-0 breaking ball snaps into the zone for a strike, and the count is even 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, and the count moves to 1-2. Middleton gets ahead of Fleming, 1-2. The 1-2 just misses low and outside, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. The 2-2, up and away, ball 3. And here comes a big one. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3-2 count coming. Has to be in the zone or Fort Myers takes the lead. Three balls, 2 strikes. Middleton's 3-2. Misses ball 4, and Fort Myers takes the lead. Bases remain loaded with 1 out for Andrew Daly. A self-inflicted inning. 3 walks and an error have Fort Myers up. As the pitch from Cade Middleton is a wild pitch back to the screen. And the run is going to come in to score. As Griffith scores on the wild pitch, everybody else moves up 90 feet. Fort Myers now leads 4-2. 1 ball, no strikes, and time will be called. Infield in for Verot as that pitch in there for a strike, and the count 1-1. Wounds have been self-inflicted by the Vikings. Only 1 of the 4 runs have been earned as another near wild pitch. Good stop made by Matt Powell behind the plate, and the count is 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As the 2-1 delivery is a base hit into right center field that will bounce in front of Hoynes. Hoynes will try to throw it home. It will bounce in late. Coming in to score is Salters, and Fort Myers leads it 5-2. And that'll be the end of the day for Cade Middleton. Andrew Vaselli, the new pitcher for the Vikings, as they'll bring in the left-hander with runners on the corners as a pickoff throw to first gets away from Evan Ames, and in to score comes the runner on another Viking error. It's 6-2. Green Wave leads Verot 6-2 here in the 5th. Vaselli without throwing a pitch. Kicks and deals. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Vaselli on the season, a 6.18 ERA. He's 1-0 in 5 2/3 innings. Has 8 strikeouts and 3 walks. He's allowed 5 earned runs, 6 total on 6 hits as he gets a swing and a miss to run the count to 1-1. Middleton still responsible for the runner on second. We'll find out whether that's earned or not. Vaselli kicks and deals, gets a swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. Kicks and deals, swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout for Vaselli, gets out number 2. And there's 2 gone here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Jake O'Connell. 4-run 5th for Fort Myers. The Green Wave lead it 6-2. As Vaselli kicks and fires, breaking ball misses upstairs for a ball. One ball, no strikes, the count on O'Connell, as trying to keep this game 6-2 is Vaselli. The 1-0 pitch is a bouncing ball foul down the third base line, and the count is 1-1. Pitch from Vaselli, a check swing, he did go around, and the count runs to 1-2. As the pitch is a check swing, they will ask if he went around, the answer is no, and the count is 2-2. Two pitch misses, low and outside for a ball, and the count is full at 3-2. That one up and away, ball 4. O'Connell draws the walk, as that'll bring up Ben Lira. Lira sends one sky high down the right field line. Giving it a chase is Hoynes, and he makes the play in foul ground. But Fort Myers gets 4. The Green Wave lead it 6-2. First pitch of the inning in there for a strike to Zach Thomas, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count as the 0-1 misses the zone a little low, and the count is even at 1. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch runs low for a ball on Zach Thomas. Verot needing a base runner to start something as they count 2 balls and a strike on the Viking leadoff hitter. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a tapper down the third base line. It'll stay fair, throw across the diamond in time. And there's 1 gone here in the inning. On the ground out to third as that'll bring up Daniel Blitz. First pitch to Blitz is a tapper foul down the third base side. And the count begins 0-1 on the 2-hole hitter in Blitz. Oh, 0-1 delivery. Blitz will line one into left field, and that will fall in front of Salters for a base hit. Puts a runner on for Matt Cederberg. Cederberg hits from the right side as the first pitch. High and tight for a ball as the count starts 1-0. Pitch bounces in for a ball, and Cederberg ahead of the count 2-0. The 2-0 to Cederberg, high ball 3, and Cederberg has the advantage now, 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 0 from Daly to Cederberg. The 3-0 pitch. Cederberg will bloop it towards second. There to make the catch for out number 2. Retreating to the bag is Blitz. And there's 2 gone for Evan Ames. Evan Ames 0 for 2 today as the first pitch to him runs low and inside for a ball. Count begins 1-0 on the Verot cleanup hitter. One ball, no strikes the count. Pitch in there on the outside corner, evens it up at 1. Foul off on the 1-1, and the count is now a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes the count on Evan Ames with 2 gone. Ames bounces it foul down the first base side. and it remains 1-2. Ames hits one high and deep down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Evan Ames has extra bases as motoring around his blitz. The throw will come to the plate. It is not in time. An RBI double for Evan Ames, and the Vikings won't go quietly. It's 6-3. That'll bring up Matt Powell. Correction, that will bring up the catcher in Powell as time is called. Vikings get a big run back. It's 6-3 as time is called. Gotta be honest here, if you're Fort Myers, there's a thought to go ahead and put Powell on. Hoynes has been swinging a good bat, though. But do you face the Florida commit as he takes first pitch inside, but catching the zone for a strike? It's 0-1. Swing and a miss from Powell, and the count is 0-2. Daly at 92 pitches going right at him. No balls, 2 strikes, the 0-2 foul back to the screen, and the count now still 0-2 on Powell. One 0-2 to Powell, just fouled off, and it will stay 0-2. Powell will hit one high and out of play. Count will remain 0-2 on the Florida committed catcher. Swing and a miss from Powell, and the inning is over. Vikings get one back as we go to the 6th. It's 6-3 Fort Myers.